that football, right? Making sure you just do it over and over again. You know what I'm saying? You already, you know what I'm saying? You already used to. You know what I'm talking about? This way you walk. You know what I'm talking about? You have me?
Welcome to a new episode of 2K TV.
Playoff season is here. It's our favorite time of year. It's probably yours too. We're excited.
That's right, and there's so many ways you can dive right into the playoff action inside 2K21.
And once again, we're going to look to the game to see which team will take it all.
Last season, the game got it right with the Lakers taking home the title. What will it predict this year? You're about to find out.
Here's this season's NBA 2K Finals bracket.
Opening weekend of the 2021 NBA playoffs was wild. After wins and a lot of drama, we decided to see how the rest of the postseason would play out in NBA 2K21. The first round featured 4 sweeps with the Blazers, Bucks, Hawks, and Sixers easily handling their business. Plus, the defending champs squeaked past the Suns in a close 7-game series. The Jazz held off the Grizzlies in a feisty 7-game set, and Boston upset Brooklyn in a wild 6-game series. And the Mavericks got their revenge on the Clippers with a gentleman's sweep. The second round featured even more high-stakes drama in the East. Boston needed 7 games to put away a tenacious Bucks team, while the Sixers proved to be too much against a young Hawks core. In the West, Luka continued to light it up in a 5-game series win for the Mavs, while the Lakers took down the Blazers in 6 games. The story of the conference finals was the 7 seeds. In the West, LeBron was seeing 3 rims and 4 wins as the Lakers swept the Mavs with ease. In the East, Boston's post-Jaylen Brown Cinderella run rolled on with a 7-game series win over the Bucks. The stage was set for a classic NBA Finals. Lakers versus Celtics for a record-breaking 13th time. In this new age matchup of a storied rivalry, the torch was officially passed in La La Land as Anthony Davis won Finals MVP and led the Lakers to their 18th NBA championship in franchise history, surpassing the Celtics for most ever. How about that for some NBA history? Are you playing the postseason in MyNBA? Maybe even with some friends? If so, send us your bracket results on social media using the hashtag 2KTVBracket, and you could be featured in a future episode.
Last year, I can't believe I said that I was going to hear about last season's championship for another 2 years, but you guys did it again according to NBA 2K. And let's just keep the ball rolling. I'm going to hear about this for another 2 years, so we'll say we'll stop talking about it in 2023 or 24. I don't know, somewhere along there.
Maybe, but when we three-peat, you'll never hear the end
Oh
of it.
my gosh.
A whole meal.
I'm the 2KMC. I snap my fingers and the segment starts. Here are your top plays of the week. First up is Dylan Jacob 15 in My Team Triple Threat. Bol pulls up from the free throw line for some reason, and then reverses for some reason, and then flips in the layup. Next play is from BrAnDoN's in the rec. Every play matters in a close game. Running stuff block starts the break-in time for the team to net the 3 at the buzzer. A 5-point swing in about 5 seconds. Next is Casual Mavs fan in My Team Triple Threat. Blocks the spinning dolphin dunk, snatches the putback, and greens the 3 on the other end. Who needs a team name anyway?
Same thing your mama name.
Closing out with Austin Allen in the Pro-Am. Look, we know you love game winners and double longs, so we thought clearly this has to go in, right? Then we heard the giggle and our hand was forced. So if you love that kind of stuff, vote D. Time to vote. Choose the top play of the week and submit your top plays to social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. I'm the 2K MC and I have to go do a voiceover for Super Unicorn Adventure Surprise. Don't judge. It's a good show.
As of right now, Damian Lillard's Trailblazers are making their 8th run at that elusive NBA championship. Could this be the year for them?
Well, the NBA 2K21 cover athlete is always a champion in our book, and he never fails to entertain. We caught up with Dame at the beginning of the season to chat about his music. Take a look.
It's how you tell it.
It's Dame Dollar. Overflow with success, so unapologetic. Scared money make none, tell them dollar said it. If I ever had to fail or come up short, I move on.
Dame, you're not only on the cover of 2K this year, but you also have 2 songs on the soundtrack and it's featured on a 3rd. But before we dive into those songs, let's start from the beginning. If I were to ask 10-year-old Dame what you wanted to be when you grew up, what would you have said?
I think 10-year-old Dame would have been like, I want to be an NBA player. But if you would have asked me that maybe a year or 2 before that, I probably would have told you I wouldn't be in the WWF. Or WWE, should I say.
You wanted to be a wrestler.
I did. I love wrestling like that deeply.
So then what would your wrestling name have been?
At the time, I never thought of like what my name would be. But right now, it would probably be like LiiVe Lillard or something like that. You know, that's my alter ego that I made up a while back. So, you know.
So did you have any aspirations when you were 10 to become a musical artist?
Well, when I was about 10, I was doing, like a lot of people around me did music, like my cousin Baby, rest in peace, from New York. Like they would come to California and they would just be rapping all the time and playing stuff for us. And they really rubbed off on my cousin Deuce. And I remember him shooting a video in front of my grandmother's house when I was probably 9 or 10. I know he got the footage somewhere, but I was acting in his video. And around that time, that's when I started to really like start thinking of rhymes and thinking of bars and stuff like that.
So how were your rhymes back then?
I don't know. Sound back.
I would say they was kind of weak. At that time, it was more like I was trying to rhyme the words. You know, I wasn't really having a whole lot to say. So, as opposed to now, the main thing that I took from Deuce was just how you got to keep growing and keep challenging yourself. It's similar to like what I would have to do in my NBA career. High school, I had to, you know, improve my pace and how fast I got my shot off, and then ball handling, and then watching film. It's like you got to just keep growing. I look at myself and I'm honest about stuff that I'm like, all right, you know, nobody would probably tell me I don't do this that well, but I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna address it, you know, because I know in the end of the day it'll make me a better player. And with music, that's the #1 thing. And like just accepting the fact that it can be better, you know, and I took that from, you know, just seeing him and how he goes about his music.
And now you're in the 2K soundtrack. That's awesome.
So it all, like, it didn't just happen, you know what I'm saying? I went through a lot to become the player that I am. And the same thing, like, with the music, obviously not on the same level, but, you know, it's got me here, so.
So then let's talk about your songs in the 2K soundtrack. It's Did To It and Kobe, and then you are featured as well with Handle Life Story with Dribble Too Much.
After I get my check.
I got a lot of chicken. Always had a pot.
My NBA check. Got my wood check. NCAA check too.
Did To It was a song that me and Deuce did during the quarantine. When I was just in the house, I set up my studio. I had a bunch of equipment in my basement, and I ended up setting it up. So I started recording music just from the house. My engineer was running the session remotely. we was like, man, this sound like
I was
a
keen
video
on
game
being full
song.
The honest way.
And then I also learned that Kobe was gonna be on the Legend cover. I wanted to do a song that showed Kobe some love.
I don't much I know how. You ain't much worry about that. I want to be on your line.
But that was the one I was really proud of, and it just kind of fit because him being on that cover, cover of the game, and it was just like organic to me. It just made perfect sense.
You see how brown women
and the life story, he hit me and was like, I'm trying to get this song on 2K.
Like
I think it's gonna work. What you think about it? And I liked it. So I mean, I was already recording.
Get out your phone.
So I just did it.
I'm trying to find out what my mom said.
He came back to me like, yeah, it's gonna be on the game or whatever, but I couldn't tell him I was a better athlete until it was released. So I was just like, oh, that's what's up. We're gonna be on 2K, but I mean, that's kind of the story.
I don't know.
Growing up beside your cousin, who were your greatest musical influences?
100,000 years.
Still am to this day. I love Nas. I love Common.
So I can't buy.
Like with Tupac, just I can paint a picture in my mind of what I'm hearing in his music. When people hear my rhymes, I want them to be able to see it and be like, man, like we can piece this together. It's always been that way because of like those artists that I listen to.
What about anybody on your playlist that we wouldn't expect you to listen to right now?
I don't know what y'all would expect, but I listen some of Taylor Swift's album, 1989, Sam Smith in The Lonely Hour. I like NSYNC. I would say those three, probably like NSYNC, Taylor Swift, and Sam Smith.
Are there any songs that you associate now with 2K?
I remember when I was in college, it was 2K10 came out with Kobe on
instead
the cover.
of 15
and
years.
The song that was on there that I always think of is called Champion by Ron
I can't even go with Buzz on my playing
the
2K.
artist. I was in college and I was just like non-stop. Come from class, play 2K10. Practice 2K10 all night. Like I heard that song so many times.
Stands on top of stands on top of openings on top of openings.
One of the greatest players ever.
You know what I'm saying? I can't
that boy serious. He's not afraid of anything.
I can't much walk up the highway and turn and see a woman because you told that.
I don't know, like the real recognized real moment, or what were you thinking?
I saw a reporter tweeted it and I didn't think it was real at first. And then people started sending it to me and I started getting kind of excited. Like Kobe don't give no compliments. Like that made me feel like real good about myself, especially, being a rookie.
So how has Kobe influenced your game on the court, and what about off the court?
I would say on the court, just the mentality. You gotta work for it. You gotta earn it. You gotta be willing to put the time in. And I've heard countless stories about how hard he worked. A teammate of mine a few years back, Chris came and played with Kobe. He was talking about when Kobe tore his Achilles and how he was just doing like 1,000 calf raises, and he just was doing like crazy stuff. One of the greatest players ever is willing to do all these little things and take all these little steps at this late in his career. Then I'm not doing enough. I need to work harder, and I think I work pretty hard. And I think a lot of that was influenced by just watching somebody like Kobe.
All right, last question. What's next for you in your music career? What are your goals?
What's next? I got more music that I'm finishing up that I'm going to try to put out soon. But I just want to continue to put out quality music and prove that I can be recognized on a high level in music, just as well as basketball.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure talking to you, Dave.
Likewise.
We built a hard-charging 37-mile-per-gallon turbo hybrid to help you find your next story. The 2021 Sorento Turbo Hybrid, the world's first storytelling machine.
Rev your engines, because it's time for the final weekend of Full Throttle. That means it's your last chance to collect all 4 rings for Dark Matter Elgin Baylor, and it's also your last chance to reach level 40 for Dark Matter Vince Carter. And if you're looking for an excuse to explore my team, right now there's a limited time event going on with new cards available for playing and winning in different modes. Plus, out of position 2-packs. A fan favorite that is back for another installment. Could your lineup use a new point guard? I bet it can. And if so, can I interest you in Dark Matter LeBron, Giannis, and DeMarcus Cousins? Maybe you need a new center. If that's the case, how about Galaxy Opal Larry Bird and Pink Diamond Ben Simmons? Also available is the newest Invincible card, the OG Mr. Triple-Double, Oscar Robertson. And I know you want to stay up to date with all the latest locker codes, so make sure you're following us on Twitter at NBA2K_MyTeam. You won't regret it. Until next time, finish the season strong and leave no card uncollected.
If you entered the Shoe Creator Contest, you won't want to miss next week's episode.
The finalists will be revealed.
And you guys get to vote for your favorites. I cannot wait because I know who my favorites are. You guys really stepped it up this year. Good job.
There's been so much creativity in the designs. I can't wait to see which ones you choose to be in game.
So check back next week for that. And until then, enjoy the game.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Downtown Indianapolis moving at warp speed in this time-lapse footage. We're in the basketball hotbed of Indiana. Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Hello, everyone. With Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from our Hall of Famer on the sideline, David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much. In this era of player empowerment, no aspect is more important than their determination to make sure their voices are heard. As continued cases of social injustice come to light, they refuse to simply shut up and dribble, if you get my meaning. Instead, they're using their platform to affect change. Kevin, it's a movement among some very determined players.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt, and that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took a foot. You literally want to dislike your opponent.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jeremy Grant is out there with Plumlee. And it's Smith, then it's Josh Jackson, and it's Bay in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pacers, Sabonis and Turner up front. LeVert out there with TJ McConnell, and it's Warren in at the 3. They get the rebound. Sabonis with the bucket.
A tireless rebounder. Sabonis gives his team an edge on the glass.
Smith turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Turner. Lamb comes in for Warren. Edmund Sumner's checked in for Karis LeVert. And Malcolm Brogdon subbed in for TJ McConnell. That free throw good from Brogdon.
Yeah, well, you look at the development of Domantas Sabonis. Few thought he could be a franchise caliber player. We might need to reconsider that given his play last year.
Now, here's Junior. From 11 feet away, and he gets the bucket.
Well, tonight, another chance for Junior. His NBA debut, lukewarm at best, but we knew he'd need a bit of time to adjust to the league.
You know, Greg, Junior was viewed as a project when he came on board to this team. No surprise he'll have his teaching moments early in his career.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
That one a little long. Pacers trail by 11. 23 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Sumner passes to Sabonis. Indiana moving it around. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Junior with it. And so it's Detroit. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll return shortly.
Wow.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And Stephen Clark Pistons pretty much in control here.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Corey Joseph is out there with Junior. Then there's Jahlil Okafor. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Stewart in at the 4. And Sumner gets it to go.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Pistons leading by 9. Now Junior pulls it up. Misses off the left iron.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
Ellington dishes to Junior. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. He gets that one.
Wow.
Junior's got the lead up to 11 now for Detroit. Junior, a second-round selection for this team in this year's draft. And Greg, he showed them enough that they wanted to get him into their system right now.
Junior is exactly the kind of project you want to use a second-round selection on. It might pan out, it might not, but you love the upside on this kid. And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
For Indiana. Turner's checked in for McDermott. Warren comes in for Lamb. Karis LeVert's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Edmund Sumner. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA,
he has 6, and so is Detroit in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter.
Thanks.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. He's checked in for T.J. McConnell. Then for the Pistons, Stewart's checked in for Plumlee. And Junior subbed in for Smith. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Jackson passes to Junior. The dish to Grant. Now the feed to Junior. LeVert grabs the miss. Sabonis and Turner up front. Brogdon out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Warren in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Jeremy Lamb.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. In the corner, it's Brogdon. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by Stewart.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Outside Jackson, the 3. It's rebounded by Indiana. Turner's got his 4th rebound in this one.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Sabonis with the bucket. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
And this is his second. And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for him in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Seems like both of you been acting a little different lately. Dylan looks at the floor. Try me. Do you know where he is right now? Dylan? Come on, honey. Tell me.
Probably having fun with his superpowers.
His what?
Do you know Dino-Man?
Michael squints and shakes his head. You mean like the comic? Dylan nods sincerely. Yeah, Grandpa used to try to get me into that when I was a kid.
I like it. But
Dylan, trust me, whatever it is, I've been in the same boat with Grandpa Joe. Dylan stares off and sighs.
Yes, you did. You were talking about.
there's this freak.
At the factory.
However you said you were doing.
Hey, did you see the look on his face? I think you're going to send him to an early retirement.
It's a good idea. We'll get a guy in here with managerial experience. I'm going to tell you guys, you're all getting a big fat. You're fired.
Dad, what the hell are you doing?
Could I put my shirt on?
Hey, Alice, maybe let's grab another round at the bar.
Joe's comments get up
The fresh
and walk
nigga.
outside. Alone with Michael.
You've got to be kidding me right now.
Blank and
Uh-oh.
And not only do you stand up, you can choose He's not just a boy looking up to his grandpa. He thinks you're an actual superhero. I will go home and explain. Trust me, you can explain things to me, like why you're filling his head with this Dino-Man crap anyway. Dino-Man is my favorite comic book. Don't you remember when I was a kid? I tried to give it to you like I tried to give you all the things I love, all the stuff I love. Dad, you think I want stuff? I wanted you.
Because BrAnDoN's a human instead of
And that's
a
what Dylan
robot.
wants. And you're screwing that up with him the way you screwed it up with me. He's learning what I learned a long time ago, this very moment, that all you ever really care about is you. Your shop, your interests, your friends. This is my work. I love this place. And not only that, but I work today. I made all.
Hey, good to see you.
I see you out there doing work.
Team practice to start your career, you will be able to participate in Green Cup competitions. Coaching.
All right, fellas, let's get to work. Congrats on the win, but we have a lot of work to do if we want to keep it up. Let's stay focused and practice today.
Dash hopping, 3 calling continues. Full stop here. There are 3 teams and 3 players in a full dash hopping court game. Full stop people. Teams swap out or change of position, and if you score or get a defensive stop, you stay on. Full stop here. First team to 5 minutes.
Come on, man, who got the ball?
right there.
That's how you do this, bro.
That's on you! Way to grab it!
She could show you.
Good finish, good finish! Yeah, let's go, let's do it! Bust the roll! Hey, hey, help! Pick, pick! Shut up, you back up! Get it started, man. Let's get it started. Okay, he can ball, huh? Come get it! Come get it! Get your head in the game. Get your mind right. Hey, hey, right here. We'll get the next one. Again.
Check it out. What you think about it? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get paid.
Shut up! Shut up! Just like that.
Passive full stop period. 10 attempts to convert an early dash hyper pass to your teammate. Get a 2 dash hyper, 4 dash hyper, 1 pass basic motion control. Double tap triangle to throw in alley dash hyper pass.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
throughout the day. Anybody in the room or at a restaurant or at a school, basketball court, shop, 3-5. We're gonna stop here and take 3 shots from 5 yards beyond the park. We'll stop here first one, then cycle full, then cycle go forward right. We'll stop here again, one, then cycle full, then cycle go forward left. We'll stop here lastly, one catch, then cycle in, then cycle shoot 3. We'll stop here, pull, then cycle hoops equal plus 1. We'll stop here, 3, then cycle close equal plus 2. You can do this thing route. Alive, remember. Next step.
Get your mind right.
Great energy and practice. Don't leave the gym without putting some individual work in.
What you got going on today?
Yo, I'm the 2KMC, and I'm here to talk about the upcoming neighborhood events. Put your phone down, I have some info you do not want to miss. This weekend, make your way to the 2K Beach Party. On Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all games played on the 2K Beach will be worth double rep. Make sure you bring your sunscreen, because I am not sharing mine. My SPF 300 bottle is limited edition. On Wednesday, share the ball at dime time. Work with the community to reach the assist goal, and if the goal is met, you'll all be rewarded. Next weekend, speed up with Rush 3v3.
The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. It's live coverage of the NBA on Monday night. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow a DC kid to be a little parochial right now, while there are some basketball hotbeds throughout the world, Prince George's County in the heart of Maryland is among the finest. A litany of NBA players have come from PG, including Kevin Durant, Victor Oladipo.
Great stuff as always, DA. Thanks. Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Chris Dunn is out there at Bogdanovich, and it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Pistons, they've got Jeremy Grant, Josh Jackson out there. And the Pistons making a change here. Junior's checked in. And for the Pistons, we've got Josh Jackson. Grant is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Junior. And it's Bay in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Bogdanovich. Goes up with it again. No good on the shot. And it's Detroit the other way. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Bogdanovich out there with Dunn. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. Bay, no good. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Indiana Pacers.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by, Pistons leading by 8. And here's Junior. That's tipped. From deep. And it's John Collins with the rebound. And here's Collins. He'll bring it up for Atlanta.
Well, John Collins has the potential to be a star for this team. Continues to be a powerhouse on the offensive end. He can attack from inside as well as outside.
Now, here's Junior. Dunn covering. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Collins. Here's Bogdanovich. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And Collins said so himself. He believes he'll be a max contract player when he hits free agency.
You know what, GA? I love the confidence from him. And you look year to year, his numbers are improving at an unbelievable rate. He just might get that max contract.
This is it to Collins. Down low.
Catching the defender out of position, DeAndre Hunter, he can score at all 3 levels.
And Smitty, if I'm coaching DeAndre Hunter, I'm making him watch nothing but tape of Kawhi Leonard. He has that type of body and can aim to be that kind of player.
GA, I totally agree. Both were lauded as mostly defensive players as rookies. Hunter showed he has some shiftiness to his game offensively. I think he has a chance to be on the same level at the end of the day as Kawhi Leonard. No harm in having that as a goal.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Stewart's checked in for Plumlee, and Diallo subbed in for Jackson. Tony Snell's checked in for Atlanta. Williams comes in for Chris Dunn. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Never matches. Made my own bars, still on lack. Racks on racks, racks on racks on racks. Not lax, say not move. Made my own bars, still on lack. I need racks on racks on racks. It's no rap.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Now, here's Junior. He's guarded by Williams. Now, here's Junior. Here's Grant. And the layup is good. Grant's got his first basket.
Hustle points count just like any others. That's a great play.
And there's the pass to Collins. Here's Hunter. Detroit with the rebound. They've led by as much as 10. .54 seconds left in the first half. The Hawks trail by 6. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The future of DeAndre Hunter is bright. A versatile player who wants to be great, in my opinion.
The free throw drops for Hunter. Both teams deciding to change it up. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Inside, here's Stewart, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Good eye from Cobb. Spotting the wide open man, sets it up perfectly with that pass.
Gallinari inside the three-point line. They get it back. And Herter gets it to go.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. The shot's good. Cobb's got 15.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive.
Outside Williams. Close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right now. And after a fairly even first cut.
Pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it didn't turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. Got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Ouch. You've got Diallo. Jahlil Okafor is out there with Junior. And Stewart in at the 4 slot. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
Now, Junior. He sinks the 11-footer.
And of course, we know the history between Cobb and Junior. These two seem to have their fates intertwined. They're always going to be connected.
And Greg, now the two rookies are playing for the same side. They've been competitive for so long, so it's nice to see them join forces. Pass to Williams. Count that bucket.
Gallinari, very unselfish, draws a lot of defensive attention, which often leads to open teammates.
Detroit leading by 5. 58 seconds left here in the third quarter. Knocked away and stolen by Okongwu. Here's Snell. He doesn't hit that one. And the Pistons now going the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Magruder. Back to Diallo. 6 on the shot clock.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Hey, if Herter can beat defenders with the dribble drive, they can't crowd him on the perimeter.
Detroit's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Junior with it. He's against Williams. And it's Junior missing. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. The Pistons on top. They're up by 3. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular.
Atlanta will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Gallinari comes in for Hunter. Kevin Herter, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Williams in for Chris Dunn. Here's Junior. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Atlanta's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Detroit.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
On the court right now for the Hawks, we've got Williams. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Herter in at the shooting guard. Junior with it. He's against Williams. Okafor, the pass to Junior. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Williams looking around. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Home screen, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Button. Options button, options menu. L1 button to the left end. R1 button to the right end. NB PlayStation NB Cat Like the PlayStation Store button. R1 button to the right end. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Button. Options button, options menu. L1 button to the left end. R1 button to the right end.